Right guys, welcome back to another video. This one's again is another educational one, and before I get started, if you want to check out my brand new podcast, The Real Forex Journey, links in the description, fully transparent, all of that, and make sure you give it a rating and review. Let me know what you think about that. But this video, not gonna lie, out of all the ones I do, I would highly recommend you actually stay through all the way to the end, because I feel like this can be a big turning point in your trading. For me, it's been something that I've been doing for 2 days now, right? And it's been massive. Like, I'm way too excited for this. I want to study it a little bit more, and I'll sort of walk you through what I'm looking to study. And like I said, I've got a lot of confidence in what this method will bring. So yeah, I'm going to sort of give you a few things to track, and I'm going to go over three pairs, three examples. Again, we're starting the Euro CAD, and then we're going to go over to dollar yen and then pound CAD. And you're going to see basically what I'm looking at, right? The whole method's going to be explained, and the things that I would recommend you track, because I feel like they will be an important factor in your profit taking, in your trails, how often you get stopped out on trails and stuff like that, right? So starting off, what this is basically me looking at breaks of structure on the hourly, on the 60-minute time frame, and then going down to the range bars, looking for the continuation to the downside. And this I only do when there is genuine room to go lower, right? So not when we've already reached a minor level or a major level, only when there's genuine room to go lower, right? So I'll start off on the 60 here on EuroCAD, and as you see here, right, we've broken this level here. Like, yes, we broke this little zone as well, but we broke on this candle right there. So after that, the next real level of support, right, realistically, is down here. And we've got these minor levels in here, which I don't think are very significant, and I do think price can come down to this level eventually. So what you want to do is, as soon as this candle closes, so this closed at 4 p.m. Alright, so opened at 3, closes at 4 p.m. You want to go straight down to the range bar charts and then just look for shorting opportunities. I like to do pullbacks, right? The smooth clear kill zone, and then just look for a pullback, lower low, lower close, and extension all the way down. Alright, now I'll walk you through basically what I was looking at. So this is an opportunity which I couldn't take because it was at 4 o'clock or at 5 o'clock, doesn't really matter. But like I said, we closed right there. So like I said, 4 p.m. So want to zoom out, and this is where we closed. Right, so at 4 p.m. this is the range bars. You see this, sort of consolidated, no real clean pullbacks. And if you're someone like me, I don't really like these bars as much, but this is the best we can do, or trading view offers for now, so it is what it is. However, here we make a clean new low, we do a nice little pullback, then we sort of make a dribbly low, and this is sort of like a falling channel, right? And these typically do come towards the top of the kill zone when they rebound back. And like I said, this was already a sort of a small established zone, and you'll see it on the 5-minute as well. A little decent zone to be looking for a short. 5-minute we did close above, however on the range bars we didn't, and we're only looking at the range bars here. So came into this kill zone, right? We touched the kill zone here, is looking for a lower low, lower close. Nope, 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 nope. Again, red candles, but no lower low, lower closes until here, which we don't close above on this candle. We wick above here and then we close. So I would have entered there, right? Let's say this was during my time frame and I'm allowed to trade this now and all of that stuff, right? Stops would be 5 pips above here, right? So because 5 range bars, you might as well do 5. ATR would always be 5. So yeah, 5 pips above, and your target is right at this level, right? So the level of support is projecting right at the lows. And look at the initial risk reward you're getting. You're getting almost a 5-to-1 risk reward. Now, the reason I'm making this video is not just to share, go down from the 60 to the range bars, but I want to sort of tell you what to keep an eye out for. You don't really need the ATR on this chart, but you know that I sort of want to learn RSI, specialize in RSI and all of that stuff, right? And the thing to keep an eye on is just RSI after this break. So let's say on this candle here, you see the RSI is 26.4, right? And then you want to keep an eye on this, and then the RSI at the actual swing point towards the end before even the pullback is 13.1, right? But more importantly, I think this is a better example, right? You see this level here that we put in and then we violated on this candle, right? After this candle violates it, if you didn't get involved here, this is your opportunity to be like, okay, now I can look short. Now let's go short because I've got this confirmation. We're going to go to the downside, look short. And you want, in my opinion, you want to track this specific candle that breaks it, the RSI on that. So in this case, it's 21.59, right? But you want to see if it makes a difference. If this bar is an overbought or an oversold bar. So, you know, if this was, let's say, 13, right? 13 RSI. Well, typically, yes, you know, RSI does indicate strength. And you know, a lot of people confuse that, oh, RSI means, oh, it's going to reverse. It doesn't, right? It indicates that strength. However, we can see, because it's overextended, you can say, right, especially when it hooks back up like this, we can see some relief. Again, whether it's 1 or 2 green candles, we can see that it's possible. Right now, it's possible that RSI stays overbought or oversold for a long time, like in this example here, you see on the chart. RSI was overbought for quite a few candles, right, before we actually pushed down a little bit. But for me, that's one thing you want to keep an eye on. And then the next thing is the RSI on the 5-minute swing, right? So we did it on the hourly break, and then the swing in the market. This is a swing in the market, right? So I would look at RSI here, right? Well, in this case, I want to do that on the 5 range bars. So this is the swing in the market, right? And it doesn't matter if this swing is from here or there, I don't really care, right? That's down to you and your discretion. But what is RSI doing in this swing? And you see we've been oversold here a few times, but just the fact that we've been oversold in this downward move for me is enough to say this is a strong swing, right? So I don't care if it's just a little bit here and it carries on dribbling down and it starts diverging and it's not sold right at the tip of it. Within this swing, if there's RSI, I want that, right? And as you see, this gives you a very nice risk reward, 5 to 1. If you can play around with stops, you could have even taken I'll do sort of different ones, right? So you could have even taken same stops, right? You could have taken target at retest, which would have still given you a nice risk reward, 1.86, and then extension to the downside. You can maybe move stops to break even, but not actually take profit off as soon as that happens. Or you can use this red line. So I don't know why I deleted this, right? This red line, you use that for trails, right? That's my hypothetical stop loss. And as you see here, what we've done on the, let me just zoom in fully on this, right? So you've put in a new low, little pullback, and then we sort of dribbled to the downside, right? Well, this is realistically, this shouldn't get violated if we was to carry on lower. So you can trail stops above here, 5 pips, and it would roughly come to this side. So look, even with trail stops, this was your initial risk reward. You've already locked in a positive risk reward. So worst case scenario, you lose 1.3 times, well, you lose, you know, your trade loses as in it hits your stop loss, right? But you still make 1.4 times the amount you actually initially risked. And best case scenario, obviously you hit targets here, and this target could be very extended. You know, that's down to you. You could maybe want to trail forever, I don't really know, right? That's down to your style and for you to do it. Now I'll show you another example, which would be the dollar yen, which was another one that, let me see, all right, yeah, okay, let me just bring up the right, so dollar yen, I'll bring up the range bars as well. And you're going to see very similar story, right? So I'll delete the drawings because I had to redo this video, right? I just had to redo it, some technical areas. But basically, we broke this level of structure. I said technical errors, English, right? It's another weak point. But we broke this level here. The candle closed at 2 o'clock, and I do think there was room to go higher to this level, right? Yes, again, there's minor levels in between, but I did predict price will go up to these highs. So knowing this prediction, right, knowing that after 2 o'clock I'm just looking for buys, right, I'll go down on the range bars, right, and you see this is 2 o'clock here, right? We've put in this new high, so you have this as a new high there, right? And where is the kill zone that I want, you know, a pullback to and get involved? Well, realistically it's here, but technically, you know, speaking, is this whole kill zone here. And again, illustrated on the, what's this on that, on the 60 as well, but much cleaner in my opinion here, especially if it was actual bars rather than this open high low close. And as you see on this swing here to the market, RSI was overbought. All right, so again, we would look at it here. We touch this kill zone because I only want a touch. I don't need price to all the way, you know, I don't need the high close to come in there. All right, this is my target here at the green line. Stops 5 pips below. And again, if you want to trail it, you trail it however you want to trail. Right, so that's a second example. This one hit targets within 50 minutes. Very nice to see. Again, risk reward wasn't as appetizing, but realistically it was in a bit more consolidation. But still, look, are you going to be complaining if this was to happen? Maybe again, if you can't afford stop targets here, again, see inverse risk reward. So that's going to happen if you was to look for these conservative targets. However, you know, for me, in my opinion, I think you're safe to go there because your prediction is that price will go to this level, and like I said, you can play around with moving stops to break even here, or you know, halving your risk, or just playing around, right? And then last example I want to use, is pound CAD. But before I do that, I'll give you the 4 different scenarios there is to this whole situation, right? Like I said, track the RSI, and realistically there is only 4 different combinations that can occur, and this is what it looks like, right? So you've got, you know, trying to draw a table out. There you go. Wait, oh, that's wonky, but whatever, doesn't matter, right? It's gonna kill my OCD a little bit, but yeah. But basically, look, there's 2 options, right? So there's option that RSI is overbought or oversold on the 60, and that's what I'll do it, and RSI oversold or overbought on the range bars, right? So I'll just write 5R. Now the next possibility is that RSI is not overbought on the 60, but only on the range bars. So we'll leave it like that. The other possibility is, again, the other version where RSI is overbought on the 60 or oversold on the 60, but not on the 5 range bars. And the last option, obviously, is no overbought, no oversold, right, by either, so none. And in my opinion, right, I think you want to study these because, like I said before, these will play a factor in when you're trading stops. In my opinion, I feel like you're going to get a bit more dribbly movements in some of them. And like I said, I've only been doing this for 2 days, but I'm very excited to actually study this over the next few months and just track all this data, especially these little combinations. My prediction, again, it's a prediction, so I don't know, is that this would be the best one. Right, this would perform the best in terms of hitting targets very quickly, or at least not getting stopped out on trails as much, followed by this one, followed by this one, followed by that one. So I'll go with I'm not going to write 1 2 3 4, you get what I mean. So 1 2 3 4, right, basically doing an inverse circle, or just a random circle. But yeah, that's pretty much what I think will happen from this testing. Now again, I'll go over this pound CAD example real quick. So what have we done here, right? We've put in this new low, we've broken this level structure. Realistically, where can we go lower to? This is again, I'll do a green line. This is a level I'll pay attention to. If you're a bit more aggressive, this is the next level, right? So depends on your thing, but maybe you didn't get an entry here, and let's say you didn't, right? You didn't, maybe you would have got stopped out here if you went short somewhere here. It doesn't really matter, right? But you're looking to evolve. You've got this new low, and you see this little candle here, we broke structure. So you look left here on the RSI, and you see 28.59. Track that. That's the exact bit I want you to track, or I'm going to track anyway. You know, if you want to do it, you do it. Doesn't really matter to me, right? I'm trying to help you out. And you want to go there, and you see this candle closes at 8 o'clock. So you go down to your range bars, and you see that this, right, so this is 7:54, this is 8 o'clock here where I'm at currently, and now I'm only looking for selling opportunities. Well, here's 8 o'clock, right? So where can I look to sell, right? This for me stands out as a very nice clean kill zone to sell, right? RSI, you see oversold here, 13.26, right? Now notice my RSI on the range bars is 5 period, because I don't know, 5 range, 5 period, 5 everything, right? And then on the other thing it's 7 on the 60 and whatever time frame I use. And look, we touched this kill zone, and you know, here's my risk reward. Here's where you can play around with target. It's easy, right? Target you've projected off the 60, it's all the way down here. Now stops, you can do 2 things. You can either have them above this level, which is your safest stop, so something like this, which you still get a decent risk reward, or you can again play aggressive and go stops like this, right, just above this little high that you entered at. Depends. For me, if you can afford these, you know, safer stops, and it doesn't kill your risk reward that much, why not, right? Again, down to your experience, down to your preference, down to your methodology. But this one, you see, this was the best combination. I think the one I predicted would be the best. Again, I'm saying best, I don't know yet, right? And RSI was not overbought or oversold on the 60 yet. However, on the 5-minute, we've got this RSI now. Here you might be asking, we didn't close below. We did. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't think we actually did on the range bars. However, we don't really care because we've set our bias on the hourly. Our hourly dictates our bias. And you've got this. And as you see, like I said, because you're not oversold yet on the 60, in my opinion, there's just more room to build this momentum. And then you sort of start trailing down. And again, let's say you're doing something like this. Here's where your trails are, your stops, right? And let's say you're trailing right above this level now. You've got locked in at least, however many, what's this, 20, around 20. So you've got at least a 1.3 risk reward again locked in. If you're trailing below this outside return, obviously this would happen after this break, and then you just have missed target, and then you would have violated this level again and hit targets. But for me, these are going to be more premium free, right, compared to other setups. So I think pound dollar was a decent setup. But yeah, that's the strategy, right? That's the strategy, and that's going to be something that I'm very excited to use in my trade. I'll show you pound dollar as well quickly, just while I'm at it. I might as well do the whole video. And don't get me wrong, right? I've shown you like a few winners here. This one would have got stopped out on trail. However, look, broken this level here, prediction to this level. And you see on the 5 range bars, the way I got involved into this minor zone. We just touched it, lower low, lower close. And then I start trading above this level here, then above this level here, and then above this minor zone here. You see we put in a new low, pulled back, new low here as well. We actually did close below here, so that's why I was able to trail, and we got stopped out and then carried for a bit lower. So again, pros and cons of trailing. Even on trail, I locked in just over a 1-to-1 risk reward. So again, maybe if I had my stops at break even, I would have probably just survived. I don't know, or maybe just got stopped out, maybe 1 pip above break even. Again, you play around with these things, but it's the concept. And you see, this one is a lot more you could say painful, dribbly, or less convincing, right? And the reason I say that is because look, RSI on this candle that actually broke the structure was already oversold, sorry, right, at 15.11. So that's my theory, because you're more likely to get this sort of dribble, slight relief, which will stop you out on the trails most likely, and then push down, right? So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said before, if you can check out the new podcast, The Real Forex Journey, I'd appreciate that a lot. Leave a rating and a review. Let me know what you think about that. But let me know what you think of this video, right? What do you think of this strategy? Do you like the risk reward? Do you like the trailing stops? What are your preferences in terms of that? And yeah, I'd try it out, right? Track these things that I suggested if you want. Like, if you don't trust me, then sure, whatever, right? But I'm going to be doing that over the next few months, and I'm really looking forward to it, and I feel like it's going to be big for my trading and hopefully yours as well. So hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, comment, and yeah, in a bit.